I've seen that, Andy.
Oh yeah, I'm going to have a wee quick look at this. This is going to be ongoing now. I'm going to go back over many aspects. I see various people who profess to.
So let's Dell. This is Dell. He's from Scotland. So I do apologize if you can't understand him. I will bring it a little slower because he does talk a lot faster than Mikey does. So we'll see how it is at regular speed. And get around the accent. Now I don't know. Is he going here? Is he going to go on about the fact is that water, isn't a perfect level, like 99% of flat earthers? Because this meme pretty much destroys the horizon rises to eye level when you can hold these two things level. Obviously, this is all connected through, two pipes. Water can go back and forth, and yet you can see it doesn't. Now I use a theodolite app, and it showed the horizon doesn't rise to eye level either.
Be smart, profess to have intelligence, yet they offer up this sort of I can only say is absolute garbage. They have no discernment. They are cherry picking morons who, are hell bent on displaying how utterly stupid they are. I've seen this a number of times, and I just thought it was so preposterous that I've ignored it. Then I've been sent it again.
In other words, he can't explain it, and it falsifies his narrative. So he decides that he doesn't want to deal with it.
By somebody saying, "Oh, people are saying this proves something." Okay, look, this is not going to take long. It's very
Yes, yeah. Calder, yes. He came on to Mike's when he was doing his stream. I think it was it second day or something like that, and Mike had been up, and Dell had one of his minions had been in there, and she actually had come back at one point in like the last stream that I think Drunk Debunk show did, and she asked, and it was like you got destroyed, and then I actually wanted to come on because I wanted to ask some questions. I was waiting in the wings to come on to this live stream when Dell was on Drunk Debunk show, but Mike didn't want to bring me on because he already had Brenda and Dave McKeegan in there, and he didn't want to have too many people. So unfortunately, and then by the time they got off, Dell got off, so then it was pointless, and I had stuff to do anyways that day, so I was off and on all day.
very, very simple. Okay, let's have a wee just quick glance at this. You can read this for yourself about how blah blah. Earth is spherical, the horizon lies below the eye level, the angle between the eye level and the horizon is the dip of the horizon, the dip is larger as we go higher. Flat earthers like to use a water level as proof that the surface of water is flat, but the same device can be used to show the dip of the horizon, proving the surface of water curves. So these people think that you can overlook the physicality of the substance to then jump to some cherry-picked, idiot, optical observation.
Well, this should be funny. Let's hear what Dell has to say. This should be some good derp.
For one, okay, so if we look at this one here, and this is not the main point, so I'm just going to highlight a couple of things for you. You can see the surface of this one is above this one. It doesn't match up, right? You could lift your camera up and tilt it slightly, and you'd maybe.
Really? Can I see that? No, they look pretty freaking. The top there, that looks pretty much spot on. And if you notice, it's this even here. And this that there and this here, they're already above the horizon there. But anyway, we'll just ignore that, right? I know Dell likes to ignore that, so we'll just ignore that for now. But yeah, no, they look pretty good.
Get them to line up, but that's just camera trickery. Okay.
No.
Again, here the surface of this is.
Is he? No. This is Dell. This is like a year ago. I just kind of randomly picked a video from his.
Beneath this here is beneath this one. There's a drop to the earth. Oh look, the water level's up here and the earth drops.
Dell's not live. I don't think he's live.
Now let's have a wee look. He's saying here he's at sea level. You can see quite clearly he's elevated. Right, he's not sea level. His feet maybe.
No, this is he's live. He's live.
But the surface of the water, right? The bodies of water are elevated. The surface of water is elevated. So is his eye. His eye and the camera are not down here.
Now, even if this guy here says sea level, now it looks like he's on the beach. Go zoom into this one here that Dell's talking about, right? Now, okay, he is on the beach. Now, he's a little bit back, all right? So he's a back way. So he is probably a few feet up and it looks like he's on a picnic table. So you could say, okay, there is like, maybe he could be the seas here. Looks like this ocean, and it comes up to here, high tide. You can see this the beach just there, so he's back away. So maybe I'll say let's give him 10 foot with the table altitude, right? Because the beach goes up, you're surprised, right? So let's say 10 foot. This gives something. Even then, flat earthers claim the horizon rises to eye level. So even if he's 10 foot up, this horizon should be rise eye level. But you can clearly see these lines are lined up on the water, and they are both above the horizon. So that debunks the flat earth claim that the horizon rises to eye level.
Here, half sunken into the earth to be sea level. They are always above the earth. Okay?
Yeah.
Same in these ones.
Which proves that the horizon doesn't rise to eye level.
The eye level and his feet and the body here are 1,200 feet above this one. This one here is 5,600 feet above this one. Okay? Here's
Proving that it doesn't rise to eye level.
where they lack in basic comprehension because they're just so stupid and hopeless. Okay? So here we have two parallels. We'll call these the surface of two bodies of water. These are now parallel lines. Parallels do not converge. Okay? If you are here on this one, and this is now your water level device, which is elevated way above this one. Okay? So there's an elevation change to the bodies of water. So now the surface of this water is up here and the surface of this water is down here. Why do these morons expect two different bodies at two elevations to be converging and meeting at a point in the distance?
What the fuck's he on about? That makes no sense. What are you on about? He completely misunderstood the whole concept behind that, didn't he? He had not a fucking clue. Does he not realize that those pipes run all the way along and that water's connected? Like, you can tip that and that water will run from one side to the other. Like, that's why it's called the water level, because that water can run in there. That's why you have to keep them both the same, because it'll do that. If you tip that apparatus one way, then the water is going to rise up on one side and fall on the other side. And if you tip it the other way, it's going to, right? That's why the water will run through there. That's why you had to have. We have both those lines. So you have one higher than the other. You have to have it like that, and the whole apparatus is level to the downward velocity of to the surface of the earth, and the downward force of gravity, right? But the surface of the earth, that it's both equal.
How utterly insanely stupid do you have to be to propose this even proves anything?
That thing, okay. What that was freaking looking at, and this is where this is. I knew Dell would be a fucking dumbass anyways. I've seen some of his shit. Okay, they weren't looking at this fucking body of water, you absolute fucking bellend. They're looking at the one here. Let's say this is your body of water here, lower, land in between. This is the body of water, and from here you can't see anything further, right? All you see is from here. You go into the sky, stuff like that. This is the horizon. So when you got a body of water comes along here, and then above here, this is nothing. This is the horizon. You can't see anything more from here. This is what they're looking at. They're not looking at this. They're looking at this and lining it up with that. They're trying to line up with that, and they're having the level, and they're looking down and noticing that the level isn't here. It's just above this at sea level, and as you go higher up, this is dropping down. Let's look at the horizon. So, fucking guy had no clue what he's talking about.
Absolute joke. And the people who are promoting stuff like this are absolute cretins. There's no other
legit, you could have
way to describe them.
Oh fuck. You could have this here. You could have a lake here, some land in between, and then you could back here. You could have maybe the ocean. Maybe you could have like something here. And you got like a little you got like a bit of land runs along here, and you got maybe like a estuary or something in here, or a bay, right? Goes in. and then here's the horizon, right? You can even see there's back here. There's actually land that goes higher up. So you got the horizon here. Land goes higher up. There's an island out there, and this is still above that, and they're still level to each other. Doesn't matter. It's they're not looking. They don't give a shit about here. It's this that they're looking at. They don't care about all, other than the altitude here. They don't care about that. Same thing with this one over here. Right? It's the whole thing is that they're just looking at where the horizon is, and then looking to see where the physical horizon is, and the fact that it drops to below eye level. And I've done this in a test myself.
Right? These are bodies of water elevated way above this. They are parallels. Whether you're
Exactly what it is. He says other people are freaking stupid, and he fails even to comprehend what this thing is fucking doing and how this device works. I mean, it's such a simplistic device. My freaking 7-year-old kid could probably figure this out within about 2 seconds.
a globe earther or a flat earther, it matters not if you're going to say levels a curve, right? There are elevation differences. So the surfaces are never going to converge at any point.
That's not the fucking test.
Two parallels do not converge. One is at a higher elevation than the other one. So that's your surface. The surface here is through there, and the surface of that is down there. Do I have to speak to you like you're an infantile moron?
Sorry, what the fuck are you going about there again?
The surface here is through there, and the surface of that is down there. Do I have to speak to you like you're an infantile moron? This body of water.
No, but Dell, I think we have to speak to you like an infantile moron, because you fucking obviously can't comprehend the simplicity of this and how it completely destroys your freaking flat Earth.
1,200 feet below this body of water. This body of water is 5,600 feet above this land. This body of water is elevated above this body of water. Why do you expect the two surfaces to align with each other? Are you stupid?
Because it's the horizon, and this is a water level, and the claim is that the horizon always rises to eye level. So they're holding the camera at this level, so level, looking down it, eye. The eyes are level to the level because you're looking down that, so we know we're here to here. So then eye level, so then it's showing the horizon. And the horizon, look, even Dell has ignored this fucking part here where it says connecting tubes, transparent tubes, connecting, all connects. Liquid, colored liquid runs through here, connecting tubes, all the way around. He says, yeah, it's so fucking simple.
Why is this body of water away down here in the picture and this part of it up here in the picture? Why is that happening?
Because we're on a sphere, and as you're looking, especially if it ramps up, goes to the horizon as it goes up and comes up to a point, and then it starts to fall away at a certain point. So where we're standing, it actually goes out. It looks like it comes up to a point, and then it drops off. Right? If it laid down, it just look across. But yeah, it's not that difficult because we don't look. We're not standing on the top and like looking straight out. We're actually looking up. We see the horizon go up a bit because we actually look down, but we actually see it ramp up, and then we look over the curvature and it comes down. So yeah, I can grab my globe up there, but I don't want to get up right now. So it's fucking Dell. If you happen to watch, I don't know if you watch my videos, but hey, you're more welcome to. So when we're standing, let's see, you're standing here, right? We're looking here. We're standing up here. I don't have a little like dealy that fucking. See, this is a man standing here, right? So we look we don't look this way. We're going to look at what we can see. So we're going to look down here. We're going to look here. We're going to see ramp up. We're going to see the hump here, and then we're going to look past the hump. So this is what we call the horizon, is right there.
Are you daft? Can you please stop making stupid, irrational points, please, that prove diddly squat other than how utterly useless and hopeless you actually are? Parallels don't converge. This is a parallel line way above this parallel line. They will not converge. Do you think that it should meet in the middle? Because you're a moron. And when you say sea level would be when your eyes are, or the camera is here, right at the centre of the surface. Okay?
But it is.
If your eyeball's above the surface, it's not sea level. Your feet might be sea level, but your eyes are not sea level. Your eyes is above it. Okay? On a different plane. Okay, moron? I hope you learned something. Goodbye.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. See, it's just so worth it. It was just so worth it just to fucking check it out. Hey, fucking Dell.
Hey folks, welcome back. So again, I'm going to do a...
I'm just going to go past this. So I did observations of what fucking Dell doesn't like. I did it from... What was the altitude? So I did it from the top of this tower here, where the platform right there at the top. You can go up there, and so it's 453 feet in high, the plus whatever the altitude of the land is. So it's probably around 460 feet. And I looked out across. You can see here. This is the River Mersey, and off here you go into the other side. You got like Widnes, New Brighton, all on this side. This is Liverpool City Centre. So I showed what I think this is what the curve of the Earth should be, and eye level should be just above it. And I was looking at a mountain just off in the hills and mountains off in the distance here. And here I show you observation using the theodolite app, and you can see right here is the crosshairs, right? On the horizon, the hills and stuff right here are just below it. See if I can play this a bit more.
Line is above the horizon, and it's actually above the hills off in the distance, and I am holding completely level at the top of St. John's Beacon. This is a closer view here. You can see how that line is.
So I'll show you here. This is Dell, and like you see, like there's hills over here and stuff, and these hills, I looked them up, are actually probably higher altitude than I am. And yeah, I'm bisecting above them. Here's the crosshairs here.
It's well above the horizon.
Since Dell didn't like the water level, how about we use a theodolite app?
Isn't rising at eye level, and it's even above the hills in distance, and I'll show you the elevation of the hills. So starting at St. John's Beacon here, we measure out how far it is. So it's 27.5 miles distance. You can see here, I was going right across that building there with the green roof, and this is the elevation of the hills off in the distance. So this shows the complete distance here, and for those hills from St. John's Beacon. So here's a comparison of the flat earth and globe predictions to show you what should have been seen in either model.
So I even tested the flat earth model on the left and eye level should be from that distance, all the same stuff, and then using the globe model and see which one would conform to reality. And obviously, you can see that the right side, the globe model, conforms to reality, and the flat Earth side does not.
The flat Earth and globe predictions to show you what should have been seen in either model, and all the numbers are exactly the same. So I'm going to look here. This is the globe prediction, and
the eye level is above.
You can see all the numbers exactly the same. And here's showing a closer up view of the globe prediction. And as you see here, it matches the globe prediction, and you can see the observation here a little closer up, and you see it matches perfectly. So looking over here, between England and Ireland is the Isle of Man, and I'm pointing straight at it over the mouth of the Mersey, who feeds out into the Irish Sea. And looking along here, you should see a big hunk of land out there, but we don't actually see it at all. So to show you the distance from where it was from, so you can see the St. John's Beacon there. Just going to show you which way, and I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to show you which way I was looking and where the Isle of Man is and the distance. And you see the distance there is 81.65 miles out over the water. So from 453 feet in elevation.
Yeah, as my mom bakes cakes, says, but you don't know the power of
elevation. I should be able to see this. I'm looking over top of everything. And even with this elevation, as you can see in the previous video, we could not see it. So running out here, here's Isle of Man. Big island out there. You think we'd be able to see that? If the Earth was flat, you would be able to see this quite easily, especially from my elevation. And obviously I zoomed in and you couldn't see anything. So I'm going to show you the high part here in the middle of the island, which is actually higher up than even where I was from, which is over about 1,700 feet up. And even the coast is about close to my elevation in St. John's Beacon. So it's showing here, so the elevation in the middle there, which I should have definitely been able to see, is 1,712 feet in elevation. And if you even go to the coast, I'm at 286 feet in elevation. So as you can clearly see, there is a decent sized island out there which we could not see. So showing the globe prediction for seeing the island out here, using an advanced Earth curve calculator, and you can clearly see that even with using all the numbers about observer height, the distance, and the height of the middle of the island there, we still could not see it, and this fits the globe prediction as we could see. Now we're using the same Earth curve calculator, same numbers. We're going to look at the flat Earth.
Well, how come my mom bakes cakes doesn't have a spanner? I don't know.
And then flat Earth predicts that we should be able to see that middle of the island quite easily. Now I put into these numbers the
You guys like the flatty on flatty? Yeah, but I've got some things right in that. Yeah. Well, broken clock's right twice a day, isn't it?
The size of the camera I was using, which is 115 millimeters, and you see that we actually should be able to see something up, but we can't. So this comparing the flat Earth compared to the globe predictions, and as you can clearly see here, I should be able to see that massive island. That island's, it's a big island out there.
It says 0 hidden height, and then globe should be 2,061 feet hidden height. I couldn't see it because it's past the curvature of the Earth. But if it's flat Earth, I should be able to see that big island out there.
As you can clearly see here, I should be able to see that massive island. That island's, it's a big island out there. I should see this big hunk of rock out there and see this big island, but we could not see it whatsoever. And that is
flat Earthers always claim that they can see things hundreds of miles away. Well, this is 81 miles away, and I was 53 feet in elevation. But why couldn't I see and zoom into that massive island out there?
An observer height of 453 feet.
Weird.
And even
it's almost like there was a massive planet curvature of the Earth in the way.
The stuff I should be able to see all that, but I couldn't see it at all, proving the globe. So once again, I'm going to zoom in here. Looking straight towards where we should be able to see that. Should see a big, huge island out there sticking way up. And we can't see that at all, which is evidence of the globe, and once again falsifies the flat Earth.
Now, there was a little bit of water on this window because it had been raining at one point. So if it looks like that, it's just because there's a little bit of moisture on this window.
So that's it. Flat Earth has been falsified once again.
I just thought I'd show that. Like I said, I've actually done the things that Dell doesn't like. And not using water since he didn't like the water level. Yeah, I've seen most